Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our New Jersey's Chumchin One prayer visual. We'll begin by greeting our Heavenly Parents and true parents. Chunjin Champumuke Kyungbe. Pado. We will now recite the family pledge, first in Korean.
가정 맹세 6. 하늘국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 내신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you. 6. Our family, the owner of Cheongguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessings to our community by centering on true love. Thank you. We'll now go into our opening prayer. Can I please ask Ms. Wanporan if you can open us up in prayer, please?
Let us pray. Dear most beloved Heavenly Father, most Heavenly Mother, Heavenly Parents, we come before you this morning. Deep in our heart, we are so grateful. We are so grateful to be able to get up again this morning, to have a chance to participate in the restoration. We are grateful that you always be outside, help us and guide us. Small as we are, we have hope. We want so much to see the kingdom of heaven compared to what you have wished for. It's so little, but we still wanted to. Heavenly Parents, please guide us and lead us so that we can be a victor before you. That one day you can say, job well done to all of us. Help us to understand, love you, not just live day by day, but know the deepest part of your heart first, and have energy to fight, to reach the goal, the victory for you and for all mankind. Thank you, Heavenly Parents, for all your love and your guidance up to now. And thank you for always being our life. Thank you so much for the love you have for all of us. Thank you for guiding us, the smallest to the greatest. Thank you for our true parents. Thank you for all our brothers and sisters. Thank you for your love and your guidance. All these I offer. And one final take on a blessing to family, Aju.
Okay, there you go. Okay, we will go into our morning light stretches, and we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. Okay, so a deep breath in and out. Another one in and out. One more in and out. Beautiful. Big stretch to the sky. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And today we'll be stretching our legs. So if you can get up, get up. But if you can't, that's okay. All right. Okay, we'll start by bringing your legs towards your chest. If you have to hold something to keep you balanced. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and then we'll bring your legs to the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We'll do hip rotations. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, and we're gonna do spread your legs, and you're gonna reach towards your left side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now down the middle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, and we'll do 10 air squats. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Amazing. All right, and we'll do the last 10 seconds stretching or massaging any body part you feel needs it. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hopefully everyone's warm, wide awake, and ready to share any appreciations and gratitudes for today. I will see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I had a privilege of having my Uncle Bismarck again and Jenny in my breakout room and Mrs. Keo Parker. Unfortunately, Mrs. Parker didn't have time to share her appreciation and gratitude. So for representative sharing, I'll invite Mrs. Parker to share.
So I'm grateful. One of contact always he keep our Zoom study session. If he was sick, he would change a different day and time, and just keep once a week Zoom study. He always send us link and continue. So I'm so grateful. So my goal we could guide him for blessing. Not we got to. So I just pray that can work for him. And I just wanna make Johnson condition to he can reach the goal. And another one I could attend a great work special answer Chinese session. Was so grateful. And mother say we it would be great we attend 4 of them. Great work, usually 4 times a year. I try to attend that too. Cleaning up ourselves, and I go to Japanese 7 days workshop in Las Vegas next month. It's my second time. I did English one last year, and they said come to Las Vegas once a year. So I just follow the word and to do cleansing myself, and it just close to resonate to the God's heart, to parent heart, special mother. That's my goal. Not the complete yet, so I just keep working. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Parker, for sharing your appreciation and gratitude for today. All right, we will now be moving on to our True Mother's memoir. So please prepare your hearts and your minds as we listen to Dr. Ward as he shares the reading and his insights for today. Thank you. Oh, Dr. Ward, can you unmute, please? There you go.
Excuse me, sorry. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much, Jeanette, for your kind words. And thanks to True Parents, Heavenly Parent, Pastor Nalkimi and Pastor Takino for this chance to share this morning. So if we can begin by today's reading, we're talking about the inheritance of True Parents' mission by True Mother with on earth with Father's entrance into the spirit world. Later, Father Moon decided to share the same message with thousands of New York area members who had gathered to honor the 1990 Parents' Day with us. In his keynote address, he set into the public record that which he had stated to our leadership. There in the New Yorker hotel, he declared, "Even when I am alone, I represent True Parents. And the same goes for Mother. When she is alone, she represents True Parents. Now there is nothing to worry about. Fundamentally, I am the first founder of the church, and Mother is the second founder. Until today, women have followed men, but from now on, they are on a horizontally even footing." This was not a one-time statement from my husband. At a meeting on June 14th, 1991, True Father proclaimed his Gomyong, which is the declaration of the king before his passing, his final decree, at Clearstone Deer Park Lodge in Canada, in the presence of representative Japanese women leaders. The Gomyong is a final decree a king leaves for his subjects before passing away. In this proclamation, my husband declared that after his ascension, I would continue our God-given mission, and that the Japanese women leaders should take responsibility to support me. On November 27th, 1994, at Belvedere Training Center in New York, Father Moon again announced my public mission as the movement's second founder. At that time, the educational program for 160,000 Japanese women and significant events in certain nations had concluded. So my role was expanding. On that day, I resolved in front of members, let's all pledge to become the family that will unite and establish the traditions of the true parents. Adieu. So I'd just like to share a few reflections on True Mother as God's representative on earth. And this is just some dates and some occasions that I have recollections of that were very, very significant. Each of you have your own dates and recollections, particularly those of you who join us this morning who have followed True Parents for a long period of time. And even those who maybe have not followed True Parents for such a long time, you've had your own insights, spiritual or in the presence of True Parents, that have helped you to understand True Mother's role representing God. So these are just a few of my thoughts. My wife and I live about 3 miles from the Vanderbilt Mansion in Hyde Park, New York. And many of you are aware, this is Route 9 here. And it's just a short distance from here that the tragic accident occurred on December 22nd, 1983, where Hung Jin-im was really basically injured very, very severely with a very small likelihood of being able to get through it because of the nature and the impact of that accident there. And actually, he finally went to spirit world on the 2nd of January, 1983. He spent his final days on earth in St. Francis Hospital. It's a Catholic hospital, which is located in Poughkeepsie, New York, again, just a few miles from our home. And there's a chapel in that hospital where from time to time, my wife and I have both had a chance to go there and pray. That's the chapel where True Parents offered Hung Jin-im to Heavenly Parent, and offered him really for the sake of the unity of every single dimension of the providence, from true parents to true parents and true children, to true family and blessed family, to blessed family and Christianity, Christianity with all religions, and all religions with the non-believing world, the physical world, and the spiritual world. So True Parents wanted to make sure that Hung Jin-im's sacrifice was not in vain. And it was on the 3rd of January, and I'm sure that some of you who are listening here were present on that day when True Parents said farewell to Hung Jin-im in Belvedere. And then on that same day, he was his holy body was transported to Korea, where his Seonghwa ceremony actually occurred in Korea. True Mother and True Father both really had a special affection for Hung Jin-im. And Hung Jin-im had such a deep appreciation of Father and Mother. Really, it was a great example for all members. I still remember about a month before Hung Jin-im went to the spirit world, I had the chance to be in Colombia for the World Media Conference there. And on the final night, the celebration after the completion of the events there, he had 2 small burlap bags of coffee. And he asked Father to sign one, and he asked Mother to sign the other. And he just held them, and it was obvious that it was so precious to him. And those of you who know about Hung Jin-im's life know that he was always concerned about the security and the well-being of our true parents. So I think, like a lot of members, I was very concerned about how do we comfort Mother at the time of the passing of Hung Jin, and what can we say? And all of us gathered at Belvedere on June 3rd of 1984. And I just really, it was the thing that was most difficult for me in going there was really thinking about what can we say to True Mother? What can I say to True Mother at this time? But the incredible thing is that we went to Belvedere, and immediately True Father asked True Mother to come forward and asked her to speak. And the first thing that she said was, she said, I want all of you to know that my heart is at peace. And then she shared about a number of spiritual experiences that she had received from spiritually open people from Korea that really allayed her concerns. But the most important thing I thought was, here we're thinking about how can we comfort true parents? And particularly, I was thinking about how do we comfort True Mother? But at that moment, immediately, True Mother chose to comfort us. And it was only 7 months later that True Father was imprisoned in Danbury. And again, I think many of you may have been present on the 22nd of July when True Mother spoke to all of us representing true parents at that time. And it was so amazing the way that she spoke and embraced all of us, because she came down to our level at that time. And what she really emphasized at that time was we had all made mistakes, and now was the time for all of us. And she put herself in that category for all of us to repent, you know, and to make a strong resolve to reconnect and to support True Father in a way that we had never been able to do before. And anyway, that was such a remarkable event when she just really opened up and was transparent and was really, you know, as I said, she just came down to our level and shared her heart with us on our level, and made us feel that, you know, we were all one in this situation and in this effort to vindicate our true parents. And that was on that day, July 22nd. She had, you know, Father called during her talk, and she wanted to share our encouragement to True Father at that time. And she invited all of us to greet True Father at that time and to express our gratitude and our appreciation. So she took the lead in that very lonely time. This was Children's Day of 1984. And, you know, True Mother was, you know, still a young woman at that time. Yesterday, we celebrated Pastor Naokimi's birthday. I believe True Mother was younger than Pastor Naokimi at this time, and yet she was alone to lead the province at that time. And yet she stepped up in such a magnificent way to be the, you know, the public face of our movement, did many things during that period of time that were very, very challenging, you know, and spoke on numerous occasions and reached out to ministers and spoke at the United Nations. At that time, she received an honorary doctorate on the part of True Father. I still remember that from a Catholic university in Argentina. And all of that process, she guided us to the Danbury victory, where really True Father and True Mother could really connect to remarkable Christian figures. On the right there, you have Dr. Joseph Lowry, who was the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, the civil rights NGO that was founded and led by Dr. Martin Luther King. And on the left, you have Senator Orrin Hatch, who was not just a significant political figure, but he was also a major leader, a major spokesperson for the Mormon Church. And the incredible thing is that very, very top Christian leaders during that time stood up and said that what's happened to Reverend Moon, what's happened to the Unification Church at this time is not fair, it's wrong. And in the years that followed after that, those were times, I think, those were glorious times for our church, you know, and the Seoul Olympics, where True Father and True Mother reached out to so many athletes from the communist world, really being that bridge between the democratic world and the communist world, and even to the point where one of the players in the Olympics, one of the winners of a medal, offered his medal to True Parents. Just remarkable. From one of the Eastern European countries. And then shortly after that, back in 1990, the meeting with the Gorbachevs, and then the meeting with President Kim Il-sung. And yet after that, where did the True Parents go? They went to the Pantanal, where the capybaras were, and a very primitive situation filled with mosquitoes, for those of you who recall that time, and very, very often very challenging weather. But they spent months and months and months there offering Jungsong, seeing North America representing the Protestant world, as Carol Pobance reminded us not so long ago, and the Catholic world being represented by Latin America. And they needed to bring these two Christianities together during that time. And during that time also, True Mother spoke out in so many places throughout Latin America, and began to give her Women's Federation for World Peace speeches during that time. But Mother's mind and heart was so broad. You know, I was lucky enough to be in Latin America at that time, and I can't go into the details, but I faced a number of personal challenges at that time. I didn't have to share those things with True Mother because somehow she knew them. It was amazing, and she spoke to me and comforted me and gave me, you know, her assurance about her support and love. It was truly amazing. I was astounded. And then during that time, I think maybe some of you also have had that experience, but during that time, she also asked me to write every single day a summary of the True Parents activities. She wanted a summary of True Parents activities so that every single day she could send those summaries of those activities with her input to the True Children, so that the True Children would be walking with the True Parents together during that time. So she did not forget her role as a spiritual mother or her role as a physical mother anytime. She just continued on in that process. And then in 1999, my wife and I kind of had the privilege and the shock that the decision was made that True Mother was going to speak in the state of New York. So you think New York City, and if not New York, then Albany, and if not Albany, then Buffalo, you know. But no, we learned that Reverend Jun Young Pak had recommended, and True Parents accepted, that True Mother was going to speak in Poughkeepsie. And it was a beautiful collaboration that could occur during that time between the Westchester Church and the seminary, and also those of us who were working in Poughkeepsie at that time. I believe that Reverend Pobance was there at that time. All of those pieces kind of came together, and True Mother spoke in Poughkeepsie, and it was a beautiful occasion because so many VIPs came to that event. It was amazing. This is kind of my wife's hometown, and she was lucky enough to have a number of connections with VIPs, and was very bold and asked them all to come to Mother's speech. And so many of them did. Like the chair of the Dutchess Interfaith Council came, the chair of the Dutchess Human Rights Council came, a number of church leaders, a number of political leaders. It was a remarkable meeting, and it was the first time ever that at the end of the event, right in front of all these people, True Father and True Mother celebrated. And so it was such a remarkable event where you had these VIPs there, and you had True Mother there, and you had True Father on the phone. We didn't have the internet yet. True Father on the phone, and like True Parents singing, and our members singing, and these people clapping. And really, it was amazing, that a wonderful family feeling that embraced, as Mother said just a few days ago, unificationists, but also other righteous people in the building of Heavenly Parents' holy community. So it was such a special, special occasion. And Mother's ability to reach out and to care for so many. And I think many of us, we recall, some of us were fortunate enough to be in Korea at the time of True Father's Seonghwa. And we were all, I think, overwhelmed by Father's passing. We just we knew that it would happen someday, but at the same time, we were never really prepared for it. But the amazing thing about True Mother, maybe in comparison to everybody else, is that she was not just mourning True Father's passing, but she was also thinking about the fact that what kind of send-off do we give to True Father at this time? Well, how do we send Father off properly? And I think that she awoke all of us to the fact that what had happened was insufficient. It was not what should have happened. Heads of states should have gathered. Many proclamations and observations at that very, very critical time. It was not a time to turn into ourselves, but even at that moment, it was a time to reach out to the world and to celebrate a life that comes only once, and a life that really had changed shaken the very foundations of the world. And True Mother wanted to make certain that that happened in the proper way. And she awoke all of us to the fact that, there's no time that's a private time. Every moment is a public moment. And True Mother stood at that moment as an example of that public person that she is. And most recently, all of us can recall, this period of time between 2022 and 2024. We've gone through some very rough times during this period, particularly the tragedy and the absurdity of what happened in Japan, where Prime Minister Abe, who so many of us had learned to admire, he was truly Japan's probably greatest leader since the end of World War II. He just did remarkable things. He was the first Japanese leader ever to speak before a joint session of Congress, and really worked so hard to heal the relationship between the United States and Japan, and also to reach out and to seek reconciliation with Korea. I mean, this was a tragedy for all of us to know, but he was gone, because really he was a symbol of a linkage which had not existed as strongly ever before. He was a Japanese leader who could step beyond himself and reach out to the world. A very, very special person. And then his life was snuffed out. And the tragedy is that instead of being concerned about the way in which that had happened, the security shortcomings, the way in which this horrible thing had happened, Japan just turned into itself, not thinking publicly, and just jumped on the organization that was one of Prime Minister Abe's, I'd say, greatest admirers, our church. And our church became the one that became basically the whipping boy for all this. And that was totally inappropriate and wrong. But during these 2 years and this type of challenge, our True Mother has been the calm in the midst of the storm, over and over, just saying, let's keep faith. Let's keep going. Let's be grateful. It's going to be okay. We just have to go through this period of time. Keep your faith and go forward and go onward. That's the key to everything. And Mother's mind always remains this public mind. And at the same time, mother always remains a mother. And I know that so many of us were touched when True Mother thought about Crescentia. When Reverend Duncan reported about her right away, True Mother wanted to do something for her and sent one of her garments to her, and really as a way to support and protect her, because True Mother has that kind of mindset, has that kind of heart, and is thinking about each and every one of us in a special way, and particularly thinking about Crescentia, who had done so many wonderful things that had touched Mother's heart, and Mother just wanted to let her know, I'm behind you, I'm praying for you. You've got to get well. Basically, that type of support and love that we find in True Mother. So thank you, True Mother, for showing us the heart of our Heavenly Parents and for reminding us of the meaning of our true parents. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward. I'm sure you hear it all the time, but I'm always so grateful to hear you speak. I feel like every time you speak, I really get to know our true parents, and especially True Mother, a little bit more. And especially all those pictures you've shown, 95% of them I've never seen in my life. And being able to see the past and look at all these events and really understand True Mother's heart, I'm always grateful. And appreciate the offering that you give to us every time you speak. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, due to time, we will not be going into our last breakout room, but please feel free to share any takeaways, keywords into our chat so everyone can read. We will now go into our Chuncheon One prayer. So I will now pass it on to Pastor Takino for any announcements and closing prayer.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. Okay, I came to America 1991, so actually I don't know Funjinim so much, so I really appreciate so sharing about Funjinim. And yeah, so today Barnes family is here, so I like to invite Bruce Barnes, the representative prayer. It's okay. Yes. Okay. Heavenly Parent, good morning. It's wonderful to hear the words about True Father, about True Mother, about Hongjinam. I should say, I had a great life with true parents, actually. And it was right around that time in 1983, and I didn't even know who everybody was. And I'm Ocean Church, and I'm seeing this gung-ho security guard. I call him gung-ho because strapped to his thigh was a long knife. I don't know who this guy is. You know, he's into it. He wants to be True Parents' security guard, and that was Hongjinam. And so when they say that about Hongjinam, yeah, that's my picture. I can see him going onto the boat, and yeah, his job was to protect true parents. So, we have True Father, and we have True Mother, and they care about us. They care about each one of us. True Mother, True Father went around the world all the time. And this is, it's so telling on the body. It's so tearing up the body, but their just attitude is to love us. Us meaning me, us meaning you, but us meaning every single person on this earth. Because they took their role seriously as being a true father, as being a true mother. And now on earth, we have True Mother. We have wonderful True Mother taking care of us, caring about us, caring about first Hanonim, God. How she'll love God, how she'll love her husband. True mother is her own identity. She is not just the wife of a true father. She is the wife of true father. She's picked for a role. We hear it all the time. Her father is you, God. She knows who she is. Let us be better at following her. And let us be better. So thank you, Heavenly Parent. Pray our name, Bruce and Yoko Burns, Blessed Central Family. Aju.
Jill, please feel free to unmute for unison prayer.
Heavenly Parent, thank you so much.
시스템이야. 정말
Most beautiful.
新しい信条をあなたと共に祝福できることを
All of
私た
us
ちと共に祝福できることを
Really, it's amazing. It's amazing that
deep happy life.
leadership
Sometimes our life
wonderful it is. We are too grateful.
our life
Father.
too much encounter tragedy, illness.
That
she was able to take for the members who were
Give us how we can live. It's up to us.
thank you, Holy Parents, these precious daughters.
Even we have a difficult time. How I can live. Brother and sister,
Father, we can do this.
make our life different. Heavenly Parents, we love you. Parents, Jesus Christ.
They have really helping
Mini Valley to be ready to cross the valley. Many hills is scale.
able to invest
Aju. Thank you everyone for the unison prayer. And thank you for joining us today. I hope to see all you guys tomorrow. And I hope everyone has a happy Tuesday and have a great day. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeanette. Oh, Mrs. Ida. Oh, Mrs. Sam, thank you very much.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Bye-bye, Christopher. Bye-bye. Henry, Emmanuel, Jeanette.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
It was an amazing presentation, especially your personal
experiences. That's priceless and unique. And Yishi, thank you. And Kyoe, thank you for your prayer. One prayer, your prayer. Kyoe, testimony. Anne-Marie, Robert, and Karen. Nice
All
to
right,
see
good to see you. God bless you.
Graham, nice to see you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Have a good day.
Thank you,